I'm very pleased to introduce you to two of America's largest, most popular, and fastest growing organizations which provides private land for people who love to hunt, fish, and camp. My name is Daryl Traylor, founder of Hunting Sports Plus, HSP. I created HSP in 1989, assisted by Pat, my faithful wife of almost 50 years, and numerous dedicated employees, agents, and members. Then in 2002, we formed the American Wildlife Association, AWA, to franchise the HSP model under a national umbrella organization. People join HSP to make sure they'll always have hundreds of private farms available to use exclusively as much and as often as they want without having to go through the hassle of knocking on doors. Every HSP member also receives a free membership in AWA, which allows you to reserve our many affiliate clubs' private land for a nominal daily fee. Altogether, anyone who joins today gains access to hundreds of thousands of acres of private working farmland in a continuously expanding number of states. I was inspired to form HSP by hunters who were short on dependable places to go with their family and friends. They needed private land and the peace of mind that comes from knowing they'll have it all to themselves when they use it. Although there were other clubs out there when I started HSP, they left a lot to be desired. The only thing HSP has in common with the competition is that we lease land and sell memberships. That's where the similarity ends. In every other key aspect, including rules, management, business philosophy, leasing methods, services offered, etc., we are unique. For example, other clubs have a nagging problem in common with public land: overcrowding. My thought was, why would people pay to share their spot with strangers they don't know anything about? That could be dangerous. This was only one of several major complaints I heard about in my research. Who wants to drive a long time only to arrive at a club property and find other members already hunting the same land? You might as well save your money and stick with public land. So I devised a system to ensure that every member would have their spot all to themselves whenever they used it. That was our first cornerstone. Exclusively reserved use guaranteed on each and every farm or unit. The second most common problem I discovered was that the land of existing clubs was sometimes unreliable. Again, after driving a long time, people were unpleasantly surprised to find out that their acreage was not huntable for a number of different reasons, or, worse yet, that it had been hunted out. That's a fairly huge problem, and we solved it by requiring that harvest reports be made within 48 hours of a day's hunt. These reports tell all of us what game was seen and or harvested, even the game you didn't come for. They also let us know if there were any problems with the property about which other members should be aware. Harvest reports are just one part of the valuable information we provide to save you time and money. Time for outdoor fun is getting harder and harder to come by, and you certainly don't want to waste it with trial and error. Don't get me wrong, I didn't invent hunting clubs, but I did create one that you can actually rely on and contribute to while you participate. Only in HSP will you find that a majority vote by our members sets our rules. That's why you can bring guests under carefully controlled circumstances. And it's also why your dependents are welcome to hunt, fish, and camp with you. I plan to continue managing HSP for many years to come, but we are also building an organization of qualified people who, without missing a beat, will be capable of taking the reins when I need or want to step aside. I have no current plans to retire, but when I do, I will have groomed and trained protégés, some who have been with us since 1993, well in advance to make sure that long into the future, HSP continues to be guided by the same principles that brought us to this point in our history. I started HSP at home nearly 20 years ago, about 10 miles east of Blue Springs, Missouri, which is 20 miles east of Kansas City. In 3 years, the club grew to 300 members with 100,000 acres leased. Soon I had to move into office space in Blue Springs to expand the staff. After 15 more years of growth, we moved to our current location in 2006. We now have a long-term lease, the facilities, the people, and the technologies in place to expand our national presence and take us to a place of national prominence. We are located 1 block south of Interstate 70 at the 7 Highway exit. We are open and fully staffed year-round, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. You're welcome to stop in anytime to meet us.